We have arrived in Cappadocia, or Cappadocia, sorry, as it's known. We spent 4 months getting here. This was the final point we wanted to come to. This was the sole reason really why we came to Turkey, because we saw this, fell in love with it and wanted to come. Now we're here, it kind of feels surreal. The views from just outside the site are absolutely fantastic. So we're going to go have a little explore in the old town and see what's going on here. The campsite we're staying in, Panorama Camping. Most people who come to Garim, or like Cappadocia especially, sort of stay there. There's 1 or 2 campsites here. There's this one, Panorama, and there's another one, Kaya Camping, but that's about an hour walk from Garim, so we've come for the closer one, where it's out at £26 a night, which admittedly is expensive for Turkey, but the facilities and everything, which I'm going to show you in a tour later on, and the views from the van specifically, are just worth every single penny. So this is just rounding the corner from the campsite now, but you're just surrounded by like these little carvings, these little houses. They're like unbelievably spiky. They're all over the place in the distance. They're even in front, you can just see all like the spikes, all the mountainside, all naturally done by erosion. Gonna have a little scope out today and just find out like what museums you can go in, because a lot of these cost money. Don't think it's massive amounts, but we're gonna have a little find out where to go tomorrow and for the next. We've got 8 nights here from today, so we're going to really be able to get to explore it properly. There's loads and loads of bars and restaurants around this area. We're going to have a couple of meals out when we're here, but like Leah's just said, it doesn't do it justice. Like, what's behind us there is absolutely fantastic. Hopefully when I get up close it'll maybe look a bit better, but there's a lot of stuff like, you see these vans, Cappadocia balloons, hot air ballooning is a massive thing here. Where we are on the campsite, we're right on the edge of the hill, so the hot air balloons go in the morning, they're going to be directly above where we're staying. We've just kind of headed out a little bit out of the main part of the town, and like 5 minutes away, and this is, you're at the base of these. Now that is not a bad spot for a beer. I mean, the centre of Cappadocia, and it is 230 Turkish lira a beer, which is about £4.10, something like that. Which, given the circumstances, I don't think is bad whatsoever. Cheers, and she's actually drinking water. Can you believe it?
I need it. It is so warm.
It is hot today, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice. I like complaining, but yeah, stay hydrated.
I apologise for my early morning look and sound, but this is literally the view we have got from the back of the van. So that is our view every morning for the next week. This morning's footage, which we'll have just seen, showing all the balloons this morning, was an absolute amazing experience, like nothing you've ever seen in your life. It was an early start admittedly, but it's definitely worth it. We went back to bed after that. So these are a few of the little fairy chimneys, just literally a 2-minute walk from the campsite. This is just insanity, this place. The festival stage, you might just see the big black building over there, that was going last night. Yesterday was our first night, and then I just checked online to see if there's any events, because we saw the stage. And then the next thing, it was it popped up that it's the balloon festival. This is the main road into like the Cappadocia old town. Restaurants, bars all over. There's plenty of little rooftop bars. There's one up there you may see. There's a few around. We was in 1 or 2 yesterday. Cracking views. I'll put a couple of images in.
Show off your fantasy reality. Whoa, that's yours, but I'll keep doing mine. You'll be living your good life. Catch a glimpse from the outside, then you see me now, see me now, see now. Don't need any timeline to prove that this is my life. I can see it now, see it now, see it.
So we've left Garim today, and we've got a taxi into a little village just above Garim called, what's it called? I forgot the fucking name of it. The name of the place we're at is called Uchisar. Quite hard to pronounce, so I've got it, Uchisar, so that's where we are now. And there's a big castle, like a cave castle up above us, which we're going to go have a look at. Plenty of ruins, plenty of old buildings. So that is Uchisar Castle, and I think it's like a museum you can go in, so we're going to go have a look at that. But these was all lived in before over the years. We are going to go in the cave museum at some point. As you can see, some of the holes are blocked up, but that cave museum's 320 Turkish lira, which is about 585. So we're going to go down there and have a look later on. Behind me you'll see the opening to these caves. We're just going to have a little explore here. These are free, these aren't part of the actual like museum part. These are just like the houses. There's not a lot to them, but I suppose in terms of like shelter and stuff like that, that's all you need to get out the heat. It's noticeably cooler in here as well. Just another section now, like the section we've been in there is just through that gap. But yeah, you've got like all these little caves, and say they're not a lot to them, but they are what they do. They keep you out of the weather. So to mind the gap down there, that is like a staircase as well to take you down, like basic staircase. They are spectacular, these, to be honest. I mean, they're your views, but then this room here is like, you've got all this area. This connects like the bigger chamber where you might just see here, carved out like a door and an opening, maybe a stove or something like that. And then through here you've got like more and more little rooms, which I'm presuming could be beds or like little sleeping areas, little living areas. Like these little areas, I'm presuming they'll have candles in for lighting. Then the bigger areas probably like stoves or storage. But yeah, these are thousands of years old. This is we really wanted to come for this, and I'm really glad we have. So I have just seen behind me, there's like another little area. There's like a modern wall over there you might see behind me, but inside of it, by the looks of it, it's been hollowed out for like a room. There's a fireplace, it looks like sofas and a table. Yeah, so this is kind of what I was saying. It's got like seat areas, it's got a fireplace over there, tables, carries on going round in all different areas over here. This room I think is the end of it, but this is just one of these places as well in Cappadocia. There's loads of these around dotted all over. This is one of the bigger ones in Uchisar, but the ones in Garime and the ones elsewhere, the underground one in Derinkiu, I think, which we're going to go to, is over 7 stories. I think it's up to 200 metres below ground, something like that. So we're going to go there one day. I mean, this one looks a little bit more modern, like modern tiling and stuff, so I'm wondering if it's been used as like a hotel or some sort of thing over the years. It is the gift that keeps on giving, really is. I mean, look at these views. This is just part of the area.
So where? Our campus?
So we've just entered Uchisar Castle now. This is the tallest building of this rock type in Cappadocia, made purely out of volcanic, like tuff apparently. I don't know what volcanic tuff is, so we'll say ash. It's got a lot of history behind it. Uchisar itself, so far, not really for us anything special. It's just the usual shops and a few restaurants and stuff. Well, that's quite vast, isn't it? That's something a bit different. So we're having a bit of a wander around. It's fairly busy, but not too bad. I mean, it's impressive. Gotta say though, the health and safety is not like you'd expect. Well, not what you, there's none of it, let's be honest. Like in Britain, you've got like a staircase. Got like a staircase there, no handrails whatsoever, big drops, big holes. Like I would imagine ordinarily, this bit would certainly have like handrails on. Some of them have on the flat bits, but the bits where there's like a hole like this where you could potentially fall down, non-existent. Today's another day in Cappadocia, another hot day, and we're going to do a walk we found on Komoot today. It's over there and it's called Sword Valley. I think it's like a lot of those spiked ones you'll see in the distance. I don't know how long it is, but this is just like, it's one of these areas where you just kind of walk around and the little paths trailing everywhere. So we're going to have a little exploring all of these caves. That brings me on to kind of what I was just going to mention now, where we are from the campsite to some caves directly in front of us we're going to explore. So this is no further than like a minute or two, but like a minute's walk from the campsite. There's a cave entrance up there you may just see, and then just round this corner there's a few other little caves we've opened to explore, so we're going to go in there. One of them is known as the Sex Cave. Should we go for the Sex Cave first? I'll have a look. What a place this is. And you can see the van up there as well. It's time to enter the Sex Cave. Nothing in it, but it's good for sort of camping. I think people have camped here because we saw some fires, some lights flickering in some of the caves before, so what a spot this would be. But I can see why people camp here when like this is your view out over like Cappadocia. What you think it's called the Rose Valley over there, where there's like different colours of rocks and stuff. Yeah, this one looks a little bit more sort of cave-like. Yeah, that's not a bad view from that window. So just as we've been exploring in this little bit, I've just noticed this opening in the roof there. I don't know quite how, but there's a second floor up there, so we'll have a little look at that as well. Yeah, so that's like the second floor. Again, it looks like people have been sleeping in here because there's a few bits of cardboard and straw where people might just use it. So as I was saying, this is like a 2-minute walk from the campsite. You probably just see the van up there on that top of that hill just there. Prime view, I mean these views are pretty much what we get from the van. So all around us, this is our garden essentially. Just making our way towards Sword Valley now, where we've just been to a couple of the shops to try and pick up some food for the walk. But realistically, I think unless you eat olives all day or tomatoes, there's not a lot. Like in Britain, you take it so easy that you can just get like a pre-made sandwich or something random, you know, just to eat. But there's none of that here. The shops are really kind of basic in terms of there's not a lot of like what you call on-the-go food, like pre-packed sandwiches. There is in certain supermarkets, but the supermarkets here particularly don't seem to be doing it. So what we've decided to do is we're just going to eat biscuits and crisps, really, because that's about all we could get. So that'll do us, it'll sustain us, and then we'll get some dinner or something on the way back. It's all a little bit confusing. We're just trying to find like a hiking trail. There's plenty of them in this area on Kamut, but none of them are signposted. So we're just trying to sort of head in the right direction. We want to be over there, so we're going to head over there. So we've just got to the start of what we believe is Sword Valley over there. The Garim Open Air Museum is in that distance. We're wanting to go there. It's 20 euros per person, and then once you get in, some of the sort of things what you want to see are also chargeable. So we said it's going to cost us probably 30 euros per person to go and see what essentially we're going to see here as well. So thought we'll do the free option. It all looks beautiful around here. I mean, if we head off up there now, you can see people up amongst the ruins and the rocks. It is a spectacular place, this though. It's like, unless you're here, I don't think you'll quite appreciate how big these are and how beautiful it all is. We're coming as far as we can without having to pay, because we're Yorkshire folk. Not tight, we're just frugal. These camels here, you can do some camel riding. There's a little market down there we're going to have an explore, and then that'll take us to like where we're going to walk in the Sword Valley, really. Good. So this is like the little market within the town, selling all the sort of bits and pieces, soft drinks, fruit, vegetables. Just starting our exploration now with like Sword Valley area. We had a wander up to the Garim Open Air Museum where you start paying, so we've turned around and sort of going to do the free stuff. It's just as good, to be honest. Everything around you is very similar to what you've got on that side of the road. Oh, am I this out of breath already? I've only gone uphill about 50 metres. Oh, it's all them Turkish kebabs, isn't it? And Effie's. Certainly a nice little spot though, like just in and amongst here, there's like little caves and little openings. You might just see down there, there's like some squares cut out. I've just arrived at one of the high points of Cappadocia. You can see all the rock caves, all the strange patterns all around here. There's like a little cave house there just amongst all of this. But the views, yeah, just like spot on. We're not so sure if there's a bit of a wildfire over there. We might just see some black smoke appearing. I mean, like just this sort of area here, it's got like its own window carved out. It's basically like its own little picture frame. We've been exploring all the little tunnels and the little caves. Obviously there's only so much of it you can see, but I'm going to try and highlight the better ones, what we think is impressive. Hopefully you'll think the same. If you do like it, like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed for more of this sort of travel vlogging or whatever you'd call it, lifestyle videos. Really do appreciate everyone here. Just going to have a little wander to this like little nubbin at the top where there's like a viewpoint over the canyon. You can see it's just kind of opened up to like this jagged, bumpy rock, whatever you'd call it. It's definitely getting worse, whatever that is over there. One thing I have kind of found out recently is like all these big clearings, like down here, just over there where there's some vehicles, is where all the balloons go up in the morning. The footage you'll have seen earlier was kind of showing you some. The main ones were in these areas, and then there was just like flashes of light down here where you'd see the flames. Over in the distance, the big black thing is the stage, what has been the festival sort of concert. Not really been the best festival, to be fair, because it's been so windy, the balloons haven't gone for so long. Definitely recommend though, if you're in Turkey and you get the chance to come to Cappadocia, I really would. It's just like a unique place. It is like being on a planet, a different planet. One thing I will say, and call it tempting fate or not, is that we haven't seen any snakes in Turkey whatsoever. And I thought you would, certainly somewhere like this where it's a lot more sort of deserted and barren and just like very much snake territory, and there's somewhere they can bask. I thought we would have seen some. However, we didn't see a snake, but we saw a big spider slash scorpion, although it's neither, it is a certain breed of arthropod or something. I'll put that in. Last night I sat outside the van, it was pitch black, and the little scraggly black cat what's been hanging around suddenly caught its attention on something and started batting and flicking this little thing. And honestly, it's the biggest spider-like thing I've ever seen. Big aggressive thing as well, because it was on its back legs pointing up at the cat with its pincers. But to be fair, the cat made short work of it. He had it for his supper, so it looked after us in one way. But I've never seen anything that size. Even the huntsman we saw in our apartment in Cappadocia was nowhere near that size. So this is another one of these like caves at the top of the hill. This is quite big actually. You can see sort of where it's been chiselled out over the years with all of these like markings. But yeah, like little windows in it. It's a big area actually. So these little tunnels and caves and systems keep opening up. We're just off into another one. This is about the third or fourth in this area. Not quite sure. Oh, this one's quite big actually. When we have a little look up here, just got to get up the hill. But yeah, there's all these like little areas. I'm assuming again like different sleeping quarters, and then you've got like the connecting. As you see the hole in the floor there, that kind of takes you through into that level. So whether it's for passing gear up or what, I'm not sure. There's another little one down here, again like a little passageway. But yeah, the size of these is really kind of surprising. And then you've got other little ones like this which go off further in as well, which are so dark. So they're obviously all linked somewhere. Like another area, we've seen some of the old paintings. This one's got a little bit of detail on there. Another little room. Again, some sort of detail. I think a lot of these were churches. Well, we're watching the balloons, but we've managed to find this little cat which has somehow made himself comfortable on Leah's shoulder. Well, that's the first time I've ever seen a cat do that. Just sat literally on a human's head, look. Oh, what's he? Look at this one, it's just covered in crap, aren't you? Eh? Covered in shit. Yes, you are. So I just thought while I'm out and about taking the rubbish out, I'll finish this campsite tour, show you everything we've got on these on this campsite. Very good campsite, one of the best ones we've been on in Turkey, if not the best in terms of facilities. I'll show you like what I mean by that now. Firstly, there's like a little seating area which we're just sort of seeing now, which has got views over the valley. I'm going to sort of show you that. But this way you can come and chill out on a night when like, have your food, have your wine, have your beer. This is kind of the area with views over Garim all around, sort of all lit up on a night, but these are the views from this area. So it's again really good panoramic viewpoint. There's probably a good 10-12 sort of set of seats here. A lot of people sit up here on a night to watch the sunset go, which is over that way. I'm going to show you the facilities in the pool area now, provided nobody's in there. I don't look like a pervert. So this is like the way down to like the kitchen area, the pool and the showers. As you can see in there, there's like a big kitchenette area. I won't do too many videos because there's some people in there eating. Carry on down this staircase now and we'll come to the pool and toilet area. So there's the pool, not a massive pool but big enough for what you need for a nice swim. Toilets and bathroom are all in really good condition. You're sort of seeing here, great size showers, really hot water all the time, plenty of space in there. These wash basins, all like for washing, shaving, doing your teeth. There's some more here. This is the first part of these bathrooms, then there's a second part just coming up. Second part goes through here, all on sensor lighting, hand washing, more showers in there which you use before going in the pool. These are your toilets, there's 4 or 5 toilets, towel hangers. Also got a couple of little resident kittens about on the site. This little tabby here, we've got this little ginger one which is asleep in this little like fridge. How cute are you? That's pretty much the site. There's another level up there, mainly for tents and sort of small campers. Gets quite busy. Few people come for a day or two and then disappear. This walkway is just kind of heading back to where the van is now. There's a toilet disposal there. Each picture's got its own electric, its own water. Simple but effective toilet. Basically lid off, do what you need to do. Hose to clean and swill, perfect. You can just tell by like how much space is around here now with the vans, lack of vans should I say, that even for peak August this is still really quiet. It's a shame really because it's such a great campsite and such a great location. And we're just back to our van now, got a little setup out here.